all of a sudden this panic, and I said to the nurse, please get me out of here. Take me to my son. Take him to me now. And she said, I think they're coming. I said, please take me to my son. And so she put me in a wheelchair and starts rolling me down the hall. And down the hall, I see my husband. And he's walking back without our baby.
I remember the nurse, I'm a very logical and factual guy. And so I was trying to get a number out of the nurse. I said, well, okay, if you can put a percentage on this, is it 90% that he has Down syndrome? And she says, oh, it's above 90. I do remember, coming back down the hallway, seeing Oakley in the wheelchair, and I think I did just say, hey, I think he has Down syndrome, and I really can't remember what I said after that.
Hey,
Yeah.
I was thinking for your shot with Flo.
Playing
street hockey with him.
That's the lens. Yeah.
He walked up to me and said, honey, I think he is. I think he has Down syndrome, and it's going to be okay. And I just crumbled. In my mind, this little boy who I'd been envisioning, this little boy who I'd dreamt up for 9 months, he was gone. He was gone, and it was a very weird out-of-body experience that I can't explain, to where I have so much love and mama bear protective heart over this baby who's down the hall that I know I love, that I know I will do anything to protect. But what happened to that other little boy? It was this moment of like, that boy's not here, that boy's gone. It almost felt like I had to mourn the loss of what I thought we were going to be experiencing and totally shift gears. And I felt so blindsided and so scared. And then the next day, my boss, who from years previous, who had the little girl with Down syndrome, he said, I'm coming, I want to come visit you guys. And I said, okay. I hadn't seen him in a couple of years, and he was like on fire. And he's like, Oakley, Scott, you guys hit the jackpot. And his enthusiasm was this like immediate shift. Like, wait a minute, this is not an accident. This is not a mistake. This is intentional, and this is beautiful, and this is part of our family's journey. And we're freaking blessed, and this is going to be the best. And all of a sudden, that mind shift kind of set this trajectory for us with our son to choose joy and to choose to embrace the unexpected. And to be okay when things don't go, and to see the learning experiences and the way our journey is affected by like the hard parts and the parts we don't understand, or the parts we don't know, or the parts we weren't expecting. It kind of just set this tone that we've carried with us through parenting our other children, and through our marriage, and through our life and our family. And it's a pretty freaking amazing thing that most people don't get to experience. So we feel really, really lucky. Did you have a good day?
Yeah.
Yes. Do you want to show me what's in your backpack?
Yeah.
Okay, show me all your stuff.
Hey, look.
What's up, dude?
Yeah.
Good. Do you love the camera?
Yeah.
Yeah, he loves the camera. Thank you. Your lunch. What else did you get?
I'll look.
Oh, thank you. Your report card? What else? Okay. Yum. Did you get anything fun
Look.
for St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah.
Who's over there? Who's over there? Who's home from work?
Yeah. Hey.
Who's home from work?
Yeah.
How was school?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good day?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Going back to what I said earlier about how, my concerns, which are probably selfish concerns of how is this going to affect me, and me and my family, and the way I want to run my life and the way I want to run my family. And in reality, it wasn't near the earth-shattering shock that I thought I was kind of preparing myself to be. It was, and yeah, there's some unique needs, but for the most part, we're raising another child, and I think I made too big of a deal out of that. It wasn't that big of a deal.
You're too big for me to hold you like this. You're too big. What the heck? You're too big. Too stinking big. But I'll do it.
Just for
I
the
guess
camera.
I'll do it. I do it every day. I'm always like, how do I, oh yeah, I have back problems. That's why I have back problems, huh? You being a silly goose.
What's that face?
Okay, come here. I'm gonna make you soup. Well, I make you soup.
What you think? What's up? What's up, dude?
And she looked at him and she goes, oh. And I could see like sympathy in her face. And I said, yeah, he has Down syndrome. And she said, oh, I'm sorry. That must have been really hard. And it like was a knife to my heart. And I went back home and I thought about it. And I said, I know what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to show the world that there is nothing down about who this child is. This is not a sad thing. This is not a tragedy. It's not a mistake. And I don't know how, and I don't know who's going to see it, but I'm going to show whoever will watch and whoever will listen that there's nothing wrong with who Wells is, and that this is exactly who he's supposed to be. And so I looked up on Instagram. Instagram was still kind of new, and the name Nothing Down About It, and nobody had it yet. So I was like, perfect, nothing down about it. Now, did I mean there's nothing down about having a diagnosis of any kind or life in general? Of course not. But I meant like there is nothing down about this child. And I just started sharing. Companies started asking if he would model Freshly Picked. Can he model our moccasins? Can he model this little clothing brand? And we started getting brands recognizing and wanting. It was kind of new to include. Truly, we're still working on that representation, but it was kind of new to include a person with a disability in your brand. We kind of slowly started getting asked to speak at places and getting asked to be interviewed. We were in People magazine a few years ago. We've had a lot of opportunities to expose what a beautiful life Down syndrome is.
Regarding people with Down syndrome or people with any kind of disability, I would hope that people can feel open to opening themselves to opportunities to deepen relationships or just even have maybe a small relationship with somebody. And I think they would be shocked at how it might change their life. You know, people think, oh, a person that's low in abilities or low in capabilities, this person probably doesn't have much to contribute to my life. When I think in reality, they'd be quite shocked that there will be emotional benefits, spiritual benefits, just overall health benefits to integrating with people with Down syndrome or other disabilities. So that's how it's been in my life, definitely.
Oh, what is this?
What?
Oh, who's this?
Hey, I'm David. How's it going? Can I have a hug? Oh, thank you, buddy. Nice to meet you. Did you think I was your dad? Because we both kind of have that hair that goes up like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a little beard, a little scruffy face. Yeah. You have a beard?
Yeah.
Come here, let me see it.
Oh no!
Oh no, it's right. Oh. Let's put our heads together.
Hey, look!
Hey, look.
His
All right.
favorite thing in the whole world, soup. Okay, I'll take this. You gonna eat your soup?
Ooh, that's what.
Yeah, that leg looks a little painful. Look, his foot's going the wrong way. Yum.
Soup.
Love the soup. Soup man.
Man.
That's what we'll call you, Soup Man. Hey, Soup Man. I'm the Blue Power Ranger.
There's one word that I would use for parents. One thing I would say, well, there's a lot, but one of them would be capable. And that is, you are capable. You can do it. It might be intimidating, and there might be moments where you need to lean on a community or reach out and get help, but you are capable of being their parent. And you can do it. You know, the termination rate for individuals with Down syndrome is incredibly high. And it breaks my heart because I think so many parents don't realize how capable they are. And I do have to rely on other resources and lean on people in community and different programs to help, but I'm capable. And I have to rely on, programs and other people and my village to help with all my kids, because God didn't put us here with these families to just figure it out. connection, community. That's what it's all about, building that village, helping, bringing that light from your family to other families, and also bringing the hard stuff and connecting and relying on each other. And I think parents don't realize how capable they are of finding that. And it's not easy, and it takes effort, but it's worth it. And also capable because our kids are capable. Wells is extremely capable. He's so smart. I laugh so hard when I get calls from school that he can't do something or won't do something that I know darn well he can do, but he's playing someone because he's so capable. He's even capable of manipulating to get his way today, you know? He's an incredibly capable child. You know, we need everybody's different, unique talents, and our kids have talents that other people, like, we just can't replicate.
Hey, come on. I did it. Do it.
No, come here.
Well, should we do it?
Touching it?
It's important, as I've mentioned, for people who don't have disabilities to have a Wells in their life, or somebody with a different ability for them to learn from. And it's just why we can't keep all of this to ourselves. We got to spread the love, right? So inclusion is so important. I feel like because for years we've had to fight such an uphill battle for our kids to be part of things, basic, you know, inclusive settings, classrooms, extracurriculars, community activities. I feel like it's been such an uphill battle that some parents have tried almost, and I was guilty of this, I'll admit this. I wanted Wells in full gen ed all day and to get to do all the typical normal things, right? That I realized, no, like, I don't want to miss the magic of Down syndrome. I don't want him to be normal. I don't want him to be typical. And I think sometimes we push inclusion so much. I've seen a lot of people do that they miss the joy of the community and the joy of their kids building relationships with people they can identify with. I see other people, adults with Down syndrome or other disabilities, who end up a little bit lonely because their friends tend to move on and do different things in life that they're not doing, and it's very lonely and very isolating, and I don't want that for Wells. So while I work hard for inclusion and I work hard for him to get those opportunities, and I'll never stop fighting for those, and he has some deep and beautiful friendships with his typically developing peers that are so wonderful for everybody, I also work really hard to foster those friendships with his friends who have disabilities, and his friends who there's just this incredible connection.
Oh, hi, Catherine.
Peekaboo, do that again. Smile.
Geek, baby.
No, smile.
And what I look forward to is kind of the companionship of having, you know, at first that was another thing with the diagnosis. I thought, well, there's a good chance we're going to have a kid living with us for the rest of our lives. And I didn't quite know what I thought about that, but the more I've warmed up to it, I'm excited for that. You know, I've always loved kids, having a kid in the house, and there is a childlike attribute that will never leave him, and so we'll be blessed with that in the home. That, you know, a little piece of childhood that's probably not going to leave. So I'm actually excited for that.
People say how hard it must be for siblings, and I just want to be like, oh, how sad would it be if they didn't have this? And I see we have so many great friends who don't have a child or a sibling or anybody with a disability around them, and Wells is like their person where their kids get to learn from him. I have so many friends who are grateful to have our family in their life because of the way Wells has changed their children. I see it at school. We worked really hard to get him in that gen ed program for part of the day, and the way that it's changed the student body and the level of empathy and social and emotional development skills that you can't replicate. Our kids just naturally teach people those things. As far as the way he's changed me as a person, it would be I would miss out on so much, and my perspective and like what's important to me. What's important for me to provide to my other kids is so drastically influenced by Wells and by who he is and the influence he's had on our family. I was more cynical, I was less understanding, and I thought I was a pretty good person, and I was. But just the expansion of, you know, some of those qualities who make me who I am, and the way my heart's expanded, I know is a credit to him.
Anywhere I go, there you are. Anywhere I go, there you are. In love with you, I anywhere I go, there you are. Anywhere I go, there you are.
You know, he is very in tune with people who need to feel loved. And that is truly kind of a superpower, because especially now more than ever, the world needs that. So, yeah. I guess with loneliness on the rise, or, you know, you hear about all these statistics, the world moving in this direction, and you have a group of people that can fill this void and correct some of these issues. We see we're on kind of a crash course with depression, loneliness, anxiety, you know, and then you have some calming forces in the world, and Down syndrome can truly calm. It has for me. So. Anyway. You know, you later learn, I thought, well, you know, 1 in roughly 800 babies has Down syndrome or something. And I thought, oh, you know, but the more I've grown to learn about Wells, the more I have realized, no, yeah, we hit the 1 in 800 jackpot. The costs, or the benefits totally outweigh the costs, or the trials that come along with it are just, you know, dwarfed by having all the blessings that come, for sure.
Some of the goals I have and some of the work that we do on with We All Belong, which is basically a parent advocacy group to give our kids equal opportunity, specifically in education and community. And some of the work, I think, may not pay off for us. We may not accomplish all that I want us to by the time Wells is finished with high school. But if it is accomplished in time for the kids behind us and the kids that are going to be born with that special extra chromosome or any disability that puts them in that 1 percentile, it'll be so worth it. Because eventually, people won't have to fight. And people won't have to beg other people to see the worthiness of their child. I won't have to beg as an adult, hopefully, for people to see him and really see him and not just excuse him because he's this cute man with Down syndrome that just makes them feel good when they come across him. I want him to have real life opportunities, deep, meaningful relationships. And this work we're doing is hopefully giving more people exposure and helping other people see that capability that I talked about. And hopefully, and it will, because I won't rest until it does, give him those opportunities that I know that he and his friends that are like him deserve, and other people with all different kinds of disabilities. They deserve to be part of this world. They deserve to be seen and to be loved and to be heard and to have experiences that all of us want to have. And not excused because maybe they do it a little different.
Let's see, bud.
for watching this story. My dad and I are so happy that we get to do this, and it all started when we began the journey to make a movie inspired by our friend Jay, who has Down syndrome. The movie is called Made with Love. As we work on raising the money to shoot the film, we've met incredible people in the Down syndrome community whose stories have inspired us. This story is brought to you by Rod's Heroes and Made with Love. At Rod's Heroes, we believe every child with Down syndrome holds a superpower the world needs, but too many are still waiting to be seen, chosen, and celebrated. We're on a mission to change that. Families ready to open their hearts to adoption often face steep costs that prevent them from being able to adopt. But Rod's Heroes is here to help. In order to help these 34 children find their forever family, we are seeking to raise $102,000 to help make their dream a reality. Your donation matters. If this story moved you, don't let it stop there. Click the link in our description or bio and be a part of the change. Help bring a child home by donating today.